Hope everyone is doing really well. Hey guys, my name is Tony, and you are watching Faith and Coffee Bean. If you're watching this later on, this is a live video. So if you hear dogs bark and, you know, my wife call for me, things, stranger things have happened. Y'all, my name's Tony, like I mentioned. I just want to tell you first off, if you're a coffee geek like me, definitely consider subscribing. I'm going to be really honest with y'all. I can only do this because of you. And it sounds silly, but I started this channel about a year ago, and y'all, I am a coffee nerd in every single way. This is my work at home office, and this is my little coffee corner. And I basically do a lot of reviews on like budget espresso machine setups. The title of this video is basically my budget espresso machine setup because y'all, I am one of those folks for years and years and years. I did not buy an espresso machine. Back when I was in college, I worked a little bit in a cafe. I was a barista, and yeah, I got the coffee bug, but I kept telling myself like, "Hey, I gotta go ahead and get a really like high-end machine, and I really wanted to have something good." And here's the thing: we live in a time where there's crazy uh, technology available when it comes to espresso machines. I know that sounds weird, but it's the truth. Y'all, I want to just tell you, this has been one of my favorite machines. This is the Tuni E2. The design language is taken from a couple different machines, and that Tuni has done this really cool thing where they've actually made this a double heating system where you can go ahead and pull your froth your milk, so you can get your milk frother over here, get your pitcher, and you could actually pull all at the same time, which is really crazy because that's kind of a thing that's unheard of when it comes to budget type machines. This machine right here is the Hibrew H10B, and it is crazy good. Like, it's a 51 millimeter, and I just love it. I think I'm going to go ahead and brew something on it today just because I haven't used it in a while because I've been focusing on the Hibrew. Also, just want to show you guys this really amazing Chemex style coffee dripper I just got by A Go Go, and they are really neat, y'all. This thing is super high end. They are basically a glass manufacturer who does a lot of pour over stuff, and y'all, they're awesome. This is an 8 cup, basically Chemex style. Chemex is a brand. It's kind of like saying Xerox or something. So when we hear that, that's what we think of. That's kind of why I wanted to say that. They also include this really cool middle filter with it. And why I kind of like the middle filter is because you don't have to worry about the paper getting stuck on the lip and creating that weird channel type effect. I'm going to be doing a video on that one for this channel pretty soon. Everything I'm showing here, guys, I do have my Amazon storefront. I actually just did a video for Amazon on that one. You are more than welcome to go to my Amazon storefront. I always appreciate it. And I always give this disclosure. Every time you click on that, you don't pay more or less, but it does help support the channel. And it helps me buy more beans. So it's definitely what that's about. I'm always upfront about that. Help me buy some more beans, please. Hey, coffee's getting expensive, y'all. Have you guys noticed the price of coffee going up? It's been pretty insane. And it sounds like it's going to keep going that high. So while I go ahead and chat with y'all, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pull a shot because I'm going to tell you something. It's about 10 o'clock my time or so, and I have not had my morning coffee. And that is the reason why I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live. I'm going to have some morning coffee and get this stuff going. So in my day job, I'm a department head of an insurance company. So coffee to me is like my way to step away from work. Because so many people work at home today, I tell everyone, hey, make yourself a work at home little cafe in the corner. And that's what this is. So y'all are hanging with me in my coffee corner in my work at home office. And you know what? I dig it. I don't have to pay to go to Starbucks. I do have a local coffee shop that I patron a lot, and oh, here I am measuring out my beans, and I'm not even looking at my pour filter as far as like size goes. So let me see what I have in there right now. So right now I have my IMS. This is an 18-gram basket. So that's what's in there. So good. See, instinct served me right. I was actually already measuring out 18 grams. So we're going to do 18 grams. But I have a local place that I go to, and it's only a couple miles from my house. And that you gotta. I personally, I'm always going to recommend, if you're going to give your patronage somewhere, do it at a local cafe. Do it at a local coffee roastery cafe place, just because, those are the kind of guys and gals that really put their heart and soul into things. So you want to support them. Hey, Tommy, good morning. Hey, man, good to see you. Awesome. Yeah, seriously, the prices have just been going insane. So, guys, I also just got a new spritzer here. A little pro tip. It sounds silly to say this. If you go on Amazon, you'll see one of these for about $10. Okay, but the same thing. It's really just a perfume sprayer. That's really all it is. Or if you look up cocktail spritzer, I got two of these for 10. So I kind of go through these a little bit because I'm a rough guy, kind of rough on my stuff. So I go through them a little bit more than I probably should. I love watching Han's channel. If anyone hasn't watched Han, you need to go watch him. His live streams are epic. But he uses like a spray mister bottle. I need to get something like that. All right, guys. So I need y'all who are watching live to tell me which grinder you want me to use. So do you want me to use the G5 or the new Tuni G1? I guess the G stands for grinder. So Tuni G5 or the Tuni G5 or Hibrew. Now I'm saying it backwards. G5 Hibrew or Tuni G1. What do y'all think? So as far as doing the Ross droplet technique, Tommy, I definitely think it does help, because I'm going to tell you where it helps the most though. Some of the grinders that have anti-static technology, that's really cool. But when you do your hand grinding, the other day I was using my Mavo, and I noticed, look, here's already the residue. I need to clean it out. I didn't do RDT, so I didn't spritz with that one, and it literally, I mean, look at that mess. And I feel ashamed that I didn't even clean this out. Oh my goodness gracious! But really, I mean, that's the difference. And when I do the Ross droplet technique and do the spraying, I just don't get that, So I mean, for hand grinding, yeah, you're definitely worth doing it, because it doesn't have the anti-static. But personally, I love it. I don't know. I might be crazy, and there maybe someone who like Lance has probably done a video on it, but I do feel like it really sometimes even makes it go smoother, and that could be my imagination. But go to Lance for the science guy on that one for sure. So this one, let me kind of just show you right here. So the G5 doesn't have anti-static, but the way it's designed, it's almost anti-static friendly, as goofy as that sounds. Because you can go ahead and tilt it over, that really does help with the retention. You can get an Allen wrench and remove this and clean it out and stuff, all that good stuff. But this has just been awesome. The G5 right here actually has like a little mesh built into it that really helps with the fines and the anti-static type of experience. Let's just use the G5. I mean, why not? I've been having good results with the G5. So let's go ahead. Let's try this bad boy. Okay. It does have the big giant hopper. I do love doing the single dosing, so that's why I added the bellows. It doesn't come with the bellows. Has a really awesome display on it. Let's go ahead, get that going. So yeah, inside there's actually something built in here, like a mesh. Yeah, it's really just adding more, kind of making sure it's working well. All right. Oh man, this thing makes really fast work of going through the beans. So I'm down with that. Okay, and I want to make sure I have a good puck screen. So I'm gonna grab my puck screen. They had actually sent me. Oh, I'm gonna use this other puck screen. I was gonna say they had sent me with a very barista. Yeah, here it is. Very barista had sent me this IMS design puck screen. So this is cool. We'll use that today. Okay. And let's do some puck prep. Oh, let's heat this sucker up really quick. Doesn't hurt to get everything a little hot. So that's the thing about these thermoblock machines is they are not heating the portafilter. That's not one of the things they do. Oh, oh my goodness! I had my wand open, and I just completely messed that up. Gotta love live videos. Oh my goodness! I cannot believe I just did that. Bummer. I didn't hurt anything, y'all, but I'm gonna clean something up later. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I wasn't trying to do pressure profiling or some of that other stuff you can do. Yeah, that's a big thing. Lance had this really great video, and Tom's Coffee Corner has a really good video on the DeLonghi with doing that, where basically you could kind of do pressure profiling. Oh, there we go. Now I figured out what not to do. Yeah, my Coffee Corner gets pretty full here, so especially with having the two machines. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's make our first shot. And I'm using, like I said, IMS basket. This is the 51 millimeter Hibrew, which is awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, do a little shaky, because that's what you should do, right? Okay, let me grab my dosing ring. Bummer. Tell you, that's the hardest thing about working in my little space here. It's very little. Someone wrote to me and said, you need a bigger counter, and that is absolutely the truth. Oh my goodness. Did not mean to do that. One of the things I've noticed about this particular basket, this IMS basket, I love it. I really, really do. I've noticed that magnets don't stick to it as well. So maybe they're using a different type of stainless or something, or just that kind. Because I know there's a kind that really isn't super magnetic. And I often forget that, and that's kind of what I just did right now. I knocked over some grounds. Bummer. I think it's okay because, again, this basket is not one of my big baskets. So I think I'll be fine. Okay. That was my... And I didn't do any distribution. That's okay. We'll do a little old school style. There we go. All right, old school style. So old school as you can get. Puck screen. Yeah, their puck screens are really high end. Man, it's super fine. Okay. And I have my big glass here. I'm actually gonna go with this puppy here because just limited space. Limited space. Okay. Do a double. A little faster than what I would have liked. but I could probably go finer. Right now, I'm sitting at about, I'd say about 6 to 7 bars. Lots of crema. This is of just this is a fresh bag of donut store, good as gold. I'm at 51 basically. Yeah, this stuff is awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, pretty crema. Let me clean this up a tiny bit here. Okay, let's give this a little bit of a stir and a taste. Okay. Cheers, salud, salanja. Today is St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all my Irish friends and those who celebrate. I grew up in a Mexican American house, very Catholic. Um, um, my this channel is called Faith and Coffee Beans. So I'll talk about it a little bit. All my friends were Irish Catholic or Filipino Catholic growing up. So St. Patty's Day was really big. And even though I'm Mexican, we had some green tacos. My wife's family's Irish, and I love it. I lived in New York City. Big fan of the celebrations in New York City. Also, here in the South, Savannah does St. Patrick's Day amazing. If you're ever in the South, go to Savannah. It is absolutely gorgeous. The water and fountains become green. It's awesome. Super cool. Oh, cool. Okay, so Tommy, you just picked up a bag of the Super Crema Levanta. How was that? I haven't tried that for probably 2 years or something. I mean, I was actually thinking about getting some of that again. To me, that's a pretty much a standard bearer. I mean, you see that available pretty much everywhere. So yeah, I'm very curious how that was. Y'all, that's the biggest thing is that I've often said this. I am not a coffee snob because I can't afford to be. And I always kind of just share with you guys, I feel really lucky and blessed to do this channel because a lot of times I have folks like Tuni that reach out and send me their stuff. And it gives me the opportunity to try it for y'all. And I really like that because to be really truthful, I'm a big cheapskate and I will watch 5 reviews before I buy something. I like watching all the coffee folks, Tom's Coffee Corner, like I've mentioned, Han, some of my favorites though is like Coffee Kev out of the UK. I just love all that stuff, like I really got to research things before I buy it and spend my hard-earned cash. And I'm really grateful. But as far as like these setups here, the setup I have, this is a really affordable one right now on Amazon. Together, this package in the States is running about 320 for this 58 millimeter machine, dual heating elements basically, and this really cool grinder. My only gripe about this grinder, I think it's 100%. You just saw the shot right now, espresso capable, and this is barely a gripe. It doesn't really have I can say that right, Turkish setting, where if you wanted to go super crazy fine, you could. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have pulled some shots where I've actually choked this machine using this. So it's definitely really capable of everything you need. And honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, bang for buck, this is one of the best grinders out there, especially on Amazon in the States. Like if you live in the United States and you want to buy a grinder, this is a really affordable one. No doubt about it. Right now it's running about 125. I want to say it's like a 5% discount or something, or it comes out to about 110, I think, right now, which is awesome for what you're getting. Oh man, that is so good. Just finish that puppy up right there. Wow, 17 bucks for 2 pounds. That's not bad because you think about it, when you buy these big bags, especially when you have something like Lavanda, it's more like a standard beer. I don't know if I have my RTD2. Yeah, I do. So my RTD2 that I have over here, I actually have this filled with Amazon beans, Amazon Crema. And these are my go-to for my son or my wife when they want milk-based drinks. And these are great. You know, I mean, I think it's kind of nice. I jokingly call it my coffee house house blend. And sometimes I'll even commit a mortal sin. I'll put other beans in there and mix them up. Goodness gracious. But yeah, this grinder, I'm telling you all, has been a dream. I really love the settings on it. I feel like it's super capable. You could actually take it down to Turkish. I'll show you all right here. That is not just a thing. It's just not saying it. You really can take it down to Turkish. And I have, not that I've made true Turkish coffee anytime soon, but I've taken it down really super fine just to see what it was capable of. But I've been loving this thing so much. I'm gonna pull this back here because we're gonna do one more shot before the end of the day here. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna do a 20-gram big boy shot on the E2. So I have my 20-gram IMS basket right there, and whoops. And I'm gonna go ahead. And we're gonna pour some water on this bad boy. Turn that sucker off. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is also proof that this thing. Can you see my lights flickering? It's not a ghost. It's not a ghost. Trust me, I don't have the ghost in the house. But this thing draws a lot of power because it's two heating elements that they're getting hot at the same time. So I've noticed, and I live in a new house. It was built in like 2022 or something. So yeah, I know it's not wiring, but it's pulling a lot of power. My son said the other day, "Oh, I think we're haunted, Dad," like just joking around with me, and I'm like, "No, it's just me making espresso." Come on now. But yeah, I mean that's something. This thing gets really hot temperature wise. I'm gonna do a video one day where I pull out the temperature gun, just so I could show you guys with the thermal gun where it's getting hot and all that stuff, because I definitely want to do that sometime soon, because for science I have to do that. So I'm going to be doing 20 grams right now. I'm getting 20 grams measured out. The other thing I'm going to be doing here pretty soon is, I was telling you about the pour over. My dye fluid smart skill that I have here, right here, it has a really cool app, and you can see the flow of the coffee when you do the pour over. And I'm going to be doing that. I have not made a video on that for a while, so I'm kind of curious, and I've never done a proper pour over like that, so with the dye fluid. So I'm going to be doing that. Oops. Okay. All right, so we got some Roche droplet technique. Yeah, the Good as Gold was $10 on Amazon, so $10 for a half a pound, but it's super fresh. It was just roasted last month. So definitely like that. That's one of the things about Good as Gold. I've really been happy with their quality. Okay. And I'm going to be doing this one at an 8, because this is kind of more of that big boy shot. It's a big, big shot. All right, let's get our water going really quick. Love that sound. There we go. Just get the pre-infusion going. That's all I was trying to do. Okay. All right. And it feels weird because and I didn't intentionally do this. I was using the Tuni grinder with the Hibrew, and now I'm using the Hibrew grinder with the Tuni. Oh my goodness gracious. Tomato. Yeah, I love this thing. This has been one of my favorites, the Hibrew. They're both great grinders. The Hibrew runs about $220 right now, and then with the discount, if there is, it's usually about $200. I've seen them on Ollie in different places for about $150. So you can get them definitely at a lower price. But the build quality is absolutely phenomenal. I dig it 100%. I've been a very big fan. There's just no other way to say it. It's a really solid grinder. Now, with all the DF stuff out there, there's so many great grinders you can get. There's just no other way to say it. There is a plethora of grinders, El Gapo. Okay, so let's get some magic going here. Yeah, I've been loving this portafilter. Love this cutout. Okay. Try not to make a mess again. I'm gonna lower this so y'all could see it just a tiny bit better. Excuse the mess I just made from the last one. And guys, definitely remember to like and subscribe. Lately, I've seen a lot of new subscribers, and I think it's because I've been doing a lot of new review videos. I'm telling y'all, I really appreciate that so much. The best support you could ever do is making sure you like and subscribe. Honestly, that is one of the coolest things for me because, you know, I know people are watching, and also it just really helps support because then I could reach out. Well, I've been reached out to by a lot of brands lately, and it's just really cool because that just means a lot to me. It's no cost to you. If you're a geek, you've actually I'm in your tribe. When it comes to coffee, if you're a coffee geek, you know, I'm one of those people. My wife is constantly telling me, like, I'll talk to her about coffee stuff, and she's like, you know, it's just coffee. My wife's a writer, and she's a Victorian literature major, and she was published writer and all this stuff. And I'm always telling her, that's like me telling you, like, that's just the Charles Dickens, you know, just Charles Dickens. Coffee is multifaceted. You could be a coffee person and be into anything else. That's what I love. My son is a big Tolkien fan. We were just talking about one of his Tolkien groups, and they were talking about meeting up at a cafe and all this stuff. And I'm like thinking, this is what I love about coffee. It kind of intersects with everything. Okay, let's go ahead. Give that a good tamp. Isn't that pretty? Let's go ahead and put that puck screen on. And clean it up a little bit. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let me raise this back up. Pull this. Sorry for the shaky camera. I kind of was cracking up the other day because someone said to me, well, your camera work is real shaky on the comment. And I don't mind that. But I'm like, yeah, I'm a dude with an iPhone. I'm not some big company being like, hey. All right, guys, let's do this manual. Get my timer on there. I'm aiming for about 45 to 50. It is a 20 gram. Oh, my goodness gracious. This one got ahead of me. All right. Super Crema. I'm digging that. That's nice. Looking good. This is why I love that good as gold. I get great results. Okay. Yeah, that was plenty. Okay. Biggest thing with most of these budget machines, they do not have the three-way solenoid. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I have a budget machine that has a three-way solenoid. That's my Gevi all-in-one. 58 millimeter. I really love my Gevi. It just takes up a lot of room on my coffee corner here. So, yeah. I didn't really test this with a refractometer, but I'm going to test this one. I didn't test the last one, I should say. But I'm going to test this one just so y'all could see. Put this down. 9.96. That's perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping to see. Let me go ahead and show it to y'all. 9.96. So yeah, I mean, this is the crazy thing is this is what blows my mind is that there's just so many really cool options you can get for a budget machine. I mean, there's no other way to say it. The Hibrew runs about 150, 120 on special. The Tuni is right now, I think, 150 or so. Together with the grinder, you're looking about $300. There's definitely some really good, great ways you can get into it. Or you can just do what I did in the beginning. Go pick yourself up a Facebook Marketplace $40 ECP. Might not be a bad way to go. I love Facebook Marketplace. I'm not a person who's going to ever say don't get stuff secondhand. I'm a big believer in that. I do a lot of antiquing. I know it sounds silly. My dream is to find an old Gaja at an antique store. And I've come close a couple times but I didn't get them because they were so expensive. Descale it, have some fun, put it together. You know, there's a lot of really cool stuff y'all can do, for sure. There's so many great ways to make coffee. If you're looking to do it on a budget, AeroPress. AeroPress can make a great cup. Of course, there's always the pour overs and everything you can do. But goodness gracious, there's just so many good things out there these days. I don't think you could really go wrong. Just don't hesitate. Just to jump into it and enjoy it. That's my advice I give to everybody. Don't do what I did. Don't wait for a long time. Just jump in and enjoy it. That's good. Believe it or not, I actually kind of like that first shot a little bit more. This one is a little bit sour. I'm a little shocked. Because I'm just a little shocked. Like that's surprising to me. You know, with a more actual coffee in there, it doesn't taste bad in any way. It's still really good. I'm just saying, in comparison to the two, I almost prefer the first shot, which is wild. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging with me. If you ever have any questions, if you ever, feel free. If there's something I don't know, I'm gonna find the answer for you. I learned so much from the comments below, guys. You know, when you guys leave comments and I get to interact with you, that's my favorite thing. That's why I do this. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram. You are always more than welcome to DM me. I'm always putting my coffee pictures out there. I'm not some coffee Instagram, barista coffee Instagram model, but I'm just somebody's dad goofing around with my espresso machines. But I really appreciate you all so much. Lately, like I said, there's been a lot of subscribers that have been joining us, and I'm telling you guys mean the world to me. When anytime somebody subscribes like that is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it helps me do more stuff for y'all, like as far as like these reviews and all that. So I definitely appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Happy Monday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and y'all have a good one, okay? Thanks so much.